Hello everyone, I'm Ultraviolent4 and you are joining me for Game of the Month 8. We are playing a human hunter and we have chosen as our starting hunting implements javelins and throwing nets. Oh cool, our title is The Chucker. I didn't know that was a thing. Chucking is Australian slang for throwing, so that's pretty cool. As always with these games of the month, they're seeded play. So if you'd like to play along yourself, which I highly encourage you to do, look in the description. There's a link to the announcement thread. Gives you the seed that we're playing on. And as always, let me know how you're going or how your game went, because I'm a little bit behind when it was announced. But anyway. Alright, so as a hunter with javelins, we have 6 javelins and 2 throwing nets. And because we have throwing nets, the start is obviously overpowered, so it must be impossible to die. For this run, I wanted to try out a bunch of throwing things. So this is a 0.24 game. In 0.24, the throwing system was overhauled. Yeah, totally overhauled. Things that were changed. There are no more blow guns. So instead of blow gunning needles, you have darts in the game. The different darts got changed around. Maybe we'll talk about those later as we find them. In truth, I don't know what all the new darts are, so we'll just pretend that I do know. Tomahawks are now called boomerangs. They always come back to you. Javelins always penetrate. That's a big change. And there are now, instead of steel javelins and silver javelins, you just have silver ones that do bonus damage. I played a few games in the Crawl Sundeath Challenges tournament, etc., that had these new throwing changes. But yeah, I wanted to do a full game where we try to mostly do throwing type things. And that javelin change has caught me out a few times as well, because it applies to enemies as well. So when you meet the Minotaur, who always has javelins, and you put down your summoned lightning spire in front of you to block javelins, they're going to penetrate every time. And it hurts. It hurts to learn that lesson. Anyway, in our game, we are a human. They are rather mundane. We have no special abilities, weaknesses, or mutations. If we have a look at our skill screen, you'll see almost entirely across the board, except for spellcasting -1, invocations +1, and stealth +1. As a human, we are 0 at everything. Basically, they're the peak of mediocrity, which might sound bad, but it's actually a good thing. And you might doubt this, but even with their mediocrity, humans can overcome even the most challenging circumstances. Maybe that will be the lesson of this run. And in saying that, I hope I don't die now. I don't know what that would mean for the human race. Alright, we've also started off with a short sword. Let's do our skill training. Stealth now affects how likely darts are to work, so we might train some stealth this game, but not yet. We don't have any darts anyway. I'm going to focus throwing. That's our main offense for a while, although with only 6 javelins, I don't know, we might find some stones and things. I'll keep training fighting and dodging, I guess. We started off in a leather armor. It's not very heavy. We'll put on heavy armors as we find them. We'll probably go to armor instead of dodging. And then let's play the game. I think these rooms are just starting rooms. We're in a little, I was going to say cocoon, but that's not right. Humans don't grow in cocoons. We're in a laboratory? No, that's not right either. We're in this stone room here, so I'm guessing these crystal and metal ones are part of the starting vault. But it piqued my interest because these might also be altars. No, I don't think they are, but there's a sling. Alright, we're not going to wield that yet. Because we don't have remove curse, that might be -3 cursed. And to be fair, even with a cursed hunting sling, we could still throw javelins. But we don't have any stones anyway, so I don't think there's a rush to try to wield that. Hatch down. Alright, yeah. No altars, no enemies. I'm pretty sure. That was just part of the starting block. These square rooms like this are pretty good because now if we need to run away from things to heal up, we can run around and around and around the rooms. That's nice. That is a hand axe. It's probably not necessarily that much better than my short sword unless I wanted specifically to go toward axes, which I don't. So I'm going to drop that because again that could be a -3 cursed hand axe. So the short sword is fine to start with. Oh, okay, that was a kobold. He was throwing stones. He had a weapon too, so I shouldn't mess around with him. We should be throwing. The button to throw is F. Alright, good start. All our javelins, our 6 javelins, we finally killed one. Finally killed him. We're going to pick up stones as well. We can throw those to do some damage from distance. We could also throw them at monsters that aren't as scary. Something else I want to do here is pick up this +0 dagger. Because the kobold had it, I know for a fact that it's not cursed. And as a dagger, if I hold control and swing, I'm looking in the top right hand corner here. The number in brackets is how long my last action took. Dagger is a starting weapon that with 0 skills still swings at 1. Anything over 1, you have the risk of an enemy hitting you twice in your one swing. So I'd probably prefer to use the dagger over the... Ooh, that's 34 sling bullets. Yeah, I'd probably rather use the dagger over the short sword for that reason. Well, with 34 sling bullets, even if it's a... And we've got 20 stones. Even if it's a curse -3 sling, it's still decent. And we can still throw our regular javelins. So at this point, I'm going to risk it. It was not even cursed, so that's fantastic. That's really good. Now we have a ranged option that cross-trains with our throwing skill. So I'm training throwing, and you see here we have 2.3 sling skill. So this is nice. We can keep training throwing, but we're getting better with the sling. I could go vice versa, but I want to be a throwing guy, not necessarily a sling guy. And a nice quality of life thing I'm going to do here is press =I, and we're going to change the hunting sling. I'm going to change it to A, and I'm going to change our dagger to B. And then if you press apostrophe, you'll switch between A and B. So we can very easily switch between the hunting sling and the javelins. I'm going to use the stones rather than the sling bullets. The sling bullets do more damage, they're more valuable. So we're going to use stones against relatively trivial enemies, and if they're really dangerous, we're going to throw javelins. So we don't really need the sling bullets right now. Unless it's a dangerous enemy and we run out of javelins. That's how that would work. And I feel kind of safe now that we have this sling. Maybe I shouldn't be. Yep, slings are OP. Okay, cool. I should probably step around the corner. The dart slug is ranged, so I'd rather him come to us. We reached level 2, that's nice. Okay, that sort of looked like a... I'm seeing darts, so I want to run to the darts first. Okay, that's sweet. Now we have a poisoned option too. Okay, we got hurt. Oh, we got hit twice. I'm going to step around the corner. Those guys are slow. Okay, cool. They're also susceptible to poison, so actually I think I should have thrown a poison dart at him. Alright, so we learnt that the successive darts work on throwing and stealth. For poison stuff in the early game, you don't really need to have stealth, that's fine. This hobgoblin is right in our grill. And he's got a weapon, so I think we probably don't need to javelin him. We can probably just sling bullet him. But the way that you switch between ammunition, you can either press Shift Q for quiver, which shows you them all, so then we can pick sling bullets. Or the other thing you can do is just do parentheses, and that will scroll through them all. Also good to know that changing what you're quivering doesn't count as a turn. So it's not like enemies get to hit you as you switch your ammunition type. You can do that all day if you want to. That guy is not taking much damage. Alright, let's go back to stones. Okay. I got a glimpse of a goblin that was up there, which is a little bit scary. Okay, it's fine. I just didn't want to get caught between them. We picked up a second scroll or something here. I think we'll wait until we get to the next floor to read those. There's a helmet. Cool. Slings are OP. Very nice. Reach level 3. I think I want to go strength. There's nothing wrong with being a high strength, heavy armor throwing guy. And of course, extra strength does extra damage, including to range things. So we can power up our javelins, etc. with strength. Oh, this is a very scary stair to come down. We are seeing a gnoll. That probably means a gnoll pack. I'd expect there to be more gnolls behind him. And Robin. Robin can mite all these goblins and can also throw them behind you so you get trapped. It's also not uncommon that Robin has wands, or in this case, she doesn't. I forgot to put that helmet on. Anyway, we're going to go back upstairs. We're going to hope that gnoll didn't have a net. Fortunately, it didn't. Let's put the helmet on. I completely forgot about that. Oh, that's a sweet helmet. Alright, this stair's better. And we're seeing the third stair, so I'm glad this one's better. Let's read the 2 scrolls that we have. Let's remove curse. We don't have any jewelry or anything else. Oh, a random altar. Oh. That would be exciting, but the whole point of these Game of the Month games is to teach you, so maybe I shouldn't do that for the memes. The faded altars give you a random god and a little bit of starting piety, but it could give us a god that's not at all relevant. Plus it will be random, so yeah, even if you took it in your game you wouldn't get the same. Like we could get Vehemet, something like that, that would not help us in any way whatsoever. That is a halberd, no. And Robin. I'm pretty sure Robin can't throw gnolls. Let us quiver the javelins. We can throw through the gnoll. Oh wow, yeah, so we almost killed that gnoll in one javelin, and we're also killing Robin. So let's go again. That's pretty fantastic. Such that now it's Robin on her own. And she's half dead. She's also only got... Oops, I moved towards her. That was a mistake. But she's also only got a club, so her weapon's not that scary. In that case, I'm going to shoot her with sling bullets. I'm not going to risk mulching my javelins, which I didn't even talk about. Also, we should test this helmet. We see that it's not cursed. It's exactly the same helmet. Wow, okay. Well, I was hoping we'd get a fashion upgrade, but not to be. What was I thinking about? Mulching stuff. Yeah, whenever you use some sort of ranged ammunition, whether that's your sling bullets, whether that's your javelins, your darts, there's a chance that you'll mulch them, that they'll get destroyed. So you really want to try to save your higher powered ammunition for enemies that are actually a threat. You don't want to throw your javelins at a random bat that's never going to kill you. It's totally trivial. You're not in any hurry to kill, and then you mulch your very precious javelins. Try to keep them for when actually you're threatened, or an enemy you need to kill ASAP. I mean, on that note, probably I shouldn't even be using my stones from the sling against these rats, etc. Oh, here's an enemy that is scary though. Here's an adder. This one, we don't know that we have curing. We have 2 of something, it could be curing, but we don't know that. Oh, we have a 2 of another scroll. Doesn't matter. We want to kill this adder ASAP, so we're going to use javelins. We're going to hope they hit, because adders are very evasive. They're all missing. There we go. Got him. Thankfully, we didn't mulch any either, which is also good news. Sling bullets against this null. We've been lucky that the nulls have been walking around on their own instead of in packs. Yeah, okay, look, I'm gonna do as I taught you and use my plain dagger against these fairly trivial enemies. We can even save our stones. Oh, it's hard to do. I just want to tap stuff. Reach level 5, that's cool. Oh yeah, something which I didn't mention about humans as well is that you level up really quickly. Can we have a look at this? How do we do that? Apt HuHu, that might tell you. Here. I'm looking at experience 1. So they level up faster than most species. Took me a long time to learn that this was even the case, that some species gain levels faster than others. Most are 0, humans are 1, they're faster. Formicids are faster too. And Hillox, I think. Formicids have experience 1, I think Hillox do too. Oh, they're 0. What else is fast? I don't know. Humans and formicids are fast. Some are slow. For instance, I was gonna say high elves. Rip high elves. What is slow? A ghoul? They're 0. A mummy. -1 on mummies. Yeah, they're a slow level gaining species. In a way with humans, and I guess with formicids as well, you can think of it like you get hit points faster. I guess there are other things. You get more spell levels, more magic resistance, although as a human you're not a high magic resistance species. But anyway, as you level up more quickly, you get more hit points. That's the one that I would focus on. I should at least have my hunting sling out as we're exploring, so if we want to shoot something, we don't have to then take a turn to swap. I'm also being bad and lazy in that I keep tabbing towards enemies. That's not good play. Also, let's quiver our poison darts here. This guy's susceptible to it, so I can just throw 1 and run away. He's also slow. Yeah, he ticked out to the poison. A Wonder Paralysis. Well, that's an extraordinary find this early. We have 0 evocation skill. I don't know, will we train that? Oh, we could train that. But we sort of don't need to, I don't know. I think that you could make an argument that you should totally train that. Although, in the early game, most monsters, you can see here we have a 50% chance to paralyze the adder. Most monsters don't have any, or not much magic resistance anyway. But we're not going to use that against this adder unless we have to. What I want to do here is open up with the poison dart. When an enemy is sleeping, you cannot miss an attack. Unless you're trying to melee attack and you're standing in shallow water, then you can fumble it. But any ammunition or even a spell, if you use it on a sleeping enemy, it will not miss. So I can know that we're going to hit him with the dart, although in this case the dart did not poison him, which is really unfortunate. That's okay though, because we know that we have paralysis backup. I'm going to switch to javelins though. This is still a really dangerous enemy. We don't know about whether or not we have curing, so it needs to die really quickly. Here's a rune plate armor. Well, that's oh, I didn't waste it because it didn't mulch, but I potentially just wasted a javelin there. I guess you got to be careful about what you've got quivered at any given time. And here's an amulet. Huh. Well, we know that we have a remove curse. We know that, yeah. So we could try both of these on and see what we get. I want to just run away back into the safely explored bit. I don't want to be meeting an enemy when we've taken our armor off. So let's try the plate armor. It's just +0. I'm okay with that. We now have 11 AC. We completely tanked our evasion, but that's alright. Our dodging's at a perfectly round 3, so let's stop that there. Let's turn armor training on. We don't We're never going to dodge very well in this though, because we only have 13 strength. And a plate armor has an encumbrance rating of 18, so we're pretty under strength for this armor for the moment, but that's still okay. Unless if this amulet is bad, then we'll use our remove curse. It's an amulet of rage, I'm okay with that. 50% chance to berserk, even without any evocations training. Yeah, I'm cool with that. So for the moment, I'm going to keep our remove curse scroll, because as long as I have that, we can keep trying on any new jewelry or any items or anything we find. Like that, like this ring. This new ring we just found, because I didn't waste the remove curse, we can try it. And it's +2 dex, and so on. Cool, that's D2 done, onto D3. Meeting orcs on D3 is scary. Let's stare some up. When you're meeting orcs, likely to be in packs, means you got a chance to meet priests and wizards. And we still don't have curing yet. Also, see, we're down to 19 stones. I don't remember how many we had before, but it was 28 or something. So we've morched a bunch of stones. Quite a few of those are me being lazy. Oh wait, there's still a bunch here. Hang on. Okay, we morched 3. Not as bad as I was leading you to believe. Okay, we found another scroll or something. So I'm going to stand on these stairs here in case we get teleportation, and we're going to read scrolls we have multiples of. There's ID. Let's do potions. Haste, ambrosia, and flight. Yeah, see, we don't have curing, so any wizard's scary. Let's read the other 2. Although we do have our remove curse and our identify. So you know what? I'm gonna wait. Maybe that's magic mapping. In which case, I'd like to read it on D4, where we might be able to find the temple. Let's try this hatch. There was another hatch before, right? No, there wasn't. Okay, never mind. If you're wondering why I'm trying hatches, it's because it might be on our optimal orb run path. That triggers some people, but I like it. We have 48 stones now. Make that 57 stones. Here's another ring that we can immediately put on. It's a ring of ice. You can see here that makes us vulnerable to fire. So I don't want to walk around like that. I mean, we could meet an enemy with a firebranded weapon. We could meet orc wizards have throw fire or throw flame, whatever it's called, etc, etc. So we're going to take that off. And then if we see an enemy that's doing anything cold attack, then we can switch it on. I'm going to learn. We're not going to stone the rat and again. Although he's an adder. Oh, I did that too fast. Should have done javelins. Oh my god, there we go. There's a vehement altar that we're going to skip. Oh, for a second there I thought my character just walked through it. Oh. This is a really scary altar. Unless you're prepared to die, or you really, 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 really want vehement, I wouldn't recommend this one. Because at this point in the game, fire clouds will kill you really quickly. And as you can see, the fire clouds are popping up on the altar, around the altar. Maybe there's a pattern so you could memorize it and not get hit, but I don't know what that pattern is, so I would not do such a thing. There's a long blade. Oh, there's a death altar. We could be a stealthy throwing death character. What did I do death in? I did death in Sun Death Challengers tournament. But this is probably correct. Give me 1 sec. Let me just look something up here. Because the nice synergy is that stealth with death will help any dart throwing. Alright, let me just do one thing to think about this. Let's stand on this stair and read this scroll of 2. It's amnesia, okay, never mind. I was going to say, if that's a magic mapping, I could see if there might be other altars on this floor. But no. Okay, well, I do think it probably is the correct choice to pick Dith here. Dith isn't the first god that would come to mind at the start of this character, but the really important thing about gods, as long as you're just looking to win and you know you're not trying to play some theme or something, the earlier you have your god, the better. The sooner you can start earning piety, the stronger you are in the early game, and the early game is the most dangerous part of the game. So I do think this would be the correct choice to pick up Dith here. And as I said, we are trying to win in these games of the month. And I also say that this game is going to be a lesson about humanity's ability to overcome challenges, so maybe I shouldn't mess around with it. Alright, Dith is an invocations god, although it's a little while until you can get invo relevant abilities, so we won't train invo just yet. We have +1 aptitude as a human though, so that's nice. Dith is really good with stealth, so I'm going to turn stealth on. We are wearing a plate armor, which is a little bit heavy, but I still don't want to use my only remove curse roll. So we'll hang on to that for the moment. And the other cool thing is that Dith will, the Shadow Mimic will mimic the things that we throw. I wonder if mimicked javelins will also penetrate, because if they do, that's really strong. I'm not sure about that one. We'll have to find that out as we go. Yeah, okay, so we're going to be a stealthier human now. And hopefully we get a bunch of different darts with this. That'll be fun. Here's another 2. We'll wait till the next 4 though. Bullfrog Skeleton. That's kind of scary, I guess. It hits for 7, it's faster than you, so you can't run from it. I think if we do Hunting Sling, we'll be okay. Yeah, we're fine. We're reached level 6, let's go more strength. Oh, is this gonna be a U-Red thing? This might be Kiku. That's Kiku, okay. Kiku is an interesting god, but you get corpses and you make undead allies, and if you've ever tried to play a ranged character with a god that gives you lots of allies, you will soon lose your mind, because it's really annoying how your allies just get in the way all the time. So just for quality of life, I wouldn't want to pick Kiku for a throwing character anyway. So that's fine. There's going to be another altar here. Yeah, I kind of knew. When you see one altar early, it's often the case then that you're going to see more altars. Here's a scale mail. That's Trog. Trog is also always a perfectly serviceable god. Although in Trunk, Trog no longer gives you ranged weapons, so there's that. Let's not randomly die. We're faster than the worm, so I have no excuse to die to him other than laziness. Alright, let's not... I don't want to drop too low either, because, I don't know, maybe the noise that we're making might attract some other enemy, and then we're only on, 5 HP. And it's a Naught Priest, and we just get smoked to death. The problem with kiting the worm like this is that they have higher HP regen. Oh, thank God. Cool. I should maybe show you some more things about this. I just talked about whether or not I should pick it, but I didn't tell you that much about it. Dithmanos is the shadowed god. You get a strange and otherworldly affinity to the shadows. He's happy when you kill anything. He used to not like it when you did fire-themed magic or use fire items, but he doesn't care anymore. He just, as long as you kill enemies, he's cool with it. Alright, the powers that we'll get, as we gain piety, we get an umbra around us. That umbra gives you extra stealth, reduces the accuracy of enemies trying to hit you, so that's really nice. And And it also, what's the other thing it does? It lets you use shadow step on enemies that are in your Umbra. So that's good too. This one used to be you could only do it on disabled creatures, but now you can step onto any enemies that are in your shadow, although it costs you 4 hit points. Anyway, you also, when you get injured, you sometimes make smoke clouds, so it's like fog clouds, which can actually be bad sometimes because then they stop you from using a blink scroll. But on the whole, it's good against range enemies. They hit you hard from range, you get fog, you can then run away. You get a shadow mimic that mimics your action, so I talked about that one. I'm not sure how that will work with javelins. I'm also not 100% sure how that works with darts either. Whether your shadow mimic, whether mimic darts also can, for instance, do dart effects on enemies. That will be interesting to find out too. And then lastly, you can transform into a swirling mass of shadows. That's shadow form. That's an extremely powerful escape button. Great for panic situations. It halves all incoming damage. It makes you invisible, torment immune. It makes you unable to be hexed. It's really, really good. And whenever you get hurt, you make fog. As long as you have shadow form up and usable, so as in you've trained the requisite invocations, it's really hard to die. Because not being able to be hexed and halving all incoming damage, just that alone makes you extremely survivable as long as you use it early. Like most panic buttons, as long as you panic early, you want to quarantine the incoming damage. Not let the incoming damage spread and overwhelm your hit points. Alright, I should stop. Okay, here's a cursed ringmail. A ringmail might be a nice weight for us, but it's also cursed, so I don't want to use that just yet. Alright, that's it for D3. It's telling us we can't reach some places, but I'm pretty sure that's just a couple of tiles around this vehement altar. Here on D4, I'm just going to read the rest of our scrolls. We're doing it standing on the stairs in case we get... Ooh, let's do hunting sling. In case we get teleportation or noise, we can just go back upstairs. We can get randomly teleported around the level. Ooh, there's a Lagitang. Well, wow, that's a really early Lagitang. This is exactly like my vampire game. A Lagitang's a really nice weapon type because it's a high base damage weapon while only requiring 14 skill to get to Mindalay. The thing that makes me think that I don't love this is because we picked up Dith now, and because we're going to get Umbra, and we're not terrible at stealth with a +1 aptitude, we can potentially stab things. And if we're stabbing things, then I want to train short blades, not staves. So, I don't know. Also, we're not in a hurry for a weapon right now because we're still training our throwing. So maybe I'm going to carry the Lagitang around because who knows what might happen. But for the moment, I'm not going to train staves. I think there's an argument to be made. So if you're playing the game and you just found that early Lagitang and you went, hell yeah, Lagitang, great early weapon to find, I'm all in staves. I'd get that, I'd be down with it, I'd understand. But for me right now, I don't think so. Oh, come on. All the javelins are missing. Every single javelin missed. Let's use our sling bullets. It would be very difficult to be poisoned to death if we had an ambrosia potion, because that would up our HP regen. But depending on how this goes, we might have to take some actions. So we've got nets that we could throw. We could also use the paralysis wand that we have. But let's start fighting the adder. I'm going to do this really slowly. And if I start getting poison, wow, this ad is really impossible. Okay, it's nearly dead. Come on. If I get poison one more time, okay, good. If I got poison one more time, I think I would have started doing paralysis charges. Yeah, that guy was tough. Let's test this hatch up. Also, right, I don't want to try the longsword yet because it could be cursed. But the reason I'm carrying that longsword is because it can be fun to just carry around. If say a fast enemy is chasing you, you get free riposte. We have 3 teleport scrolls, that's nice. Let's ID potions. Curing, there we go, nice. So now we're not going to die to poison in the short term. Potion of magic, doesn't do a lot for us. This last scroll of identify, I'm just going to hold. Oh yeah, we were reading scrolls, I forgot. There's magic mapping. Not so important, we've already got a god. There's fear, enchant armor, which I'll do on the helmet, and immolation, which I do want to pick up. Alright. And for the same reasons as the Lajatang, I'm not training my short blades yet either. The other thing is that we haven't found any interesting daggers or short blades yet. We've only got this plain dagger anyway. So again, our range stuff is sufficient for the moment. And I haven't found a nice short blade that makes me excited to be in short blades yet either. Now that we have curing, I'm less afraid of this adder. I think I'm just going to sling bullet. We found out that javelins can't hit adders anyway. So, Knowles, what do we got? A +1 flail of crushing. Who has it? None of you. I should go javelins though. Okay, let's stop now. Because that guy had range with a spear, so he could reach over the front one. Here's our crusher. Yeah, he's gonna go down. I want to step off this corner though. Fighting him here on this tile would be a really bad mistake, because if we were nearly dead and I start running, we now step onto this tile and we take another shot. So I want to be here, so now we're ready to run if need be. Cool. What have you got? Plain whip. The +1 flail of crushing. Do I want that? Probably not. Maybe I do. I'm gonna put it on W. If we want to hit things in melee, I guess it's a bit more powerful, although it's slower at 1.4. But it's a bit more powerful than the dagger. I don't know, we'll see. This means Pikel. This would be kind of nice with javelins, although I want to back up. Because we could throw javelins through the slaves to get Pikel. Let's bail. I don't want to die to this random slave. They hit for 10 damage, that's quite a lot. Let me just... I could throw 1 poison dart. There we go, and then we can just kite him, because he's nearly dead. I expect it didn't get him. Wow. There we go. Alright, we got him. That was really difficult. Alright, Pikel might give us a good magical whip. He might also have a scary wand. Yep, he has a wand of acid. Okay. Wand of acid will kill us very quickly. We have a 46% chance to paralyze him, but he might just shoot us twice with acid and we die. What is his range on acid? I don't think acid is full screen. The other thing we have going for us here is that he's only 1 tile away from our edge of line of sight. So if I step away and he can shoot us, although I don't think he can full screen shoot us, he would then have to follow us. He couldn't shoot us twice in a row. So I think we're better off just running away. And that Acid Piquel is scary enough that we should consider just totally skipping this floor. Again, maybe we could get him with paralysis, but that fails twice and we could very easily die. I want to stay away from this whole area where he is. I'm going to hopefully just find a downstairs. Here it is, and then we're just going to leave the floor. We can come back later. Other options, I could quaff haste. I've got one, I know there's another over there, and then we could probably safely... if we had haste, we could probably safely try to paralyze him. Oh, this is nice too. We got a bit of Umbra, so we are more evasive. But I don't know. We can also just dodge him. We're gonna pick up this chainmail. One day we'll have more remove curse and we'll be able to try different body armors. But not this day. It's ID this potion, it's Agi. Which I think are gone in Trunk too. There are a lot of Trunk changes that I'm just not across at all. Because I've not played a Trunk game for a very long time. We are gonna skip D5. More curing. Well, let's test the upstairs. There's a Crimson Imp. We're sort of far away from Piquel. It's just not Mortual Stones. And the Kleb Altar. Okay, we're going in. We're not anymore. Trying to convince myself why I can explore the floor more without having to worry about Piquel. Okay, I'm going to stop. We're just going to go down. Just remind me later that we haven't killed Piquel, because I'll probably forget. And it would be really nice to have that acid one. Yeah. This is a protection from cold ring. Okay, cool. This is a really weird ring. Interesting. It's another enchant armor scroll. We're not so in need of AC right now that I'm gonna make our helmet more enchanted. Reach level 7. Give us more hit points for when we do have to fight Piquel. That is a Dagger of Draining. So there you go. There's our first branded short blade. Oh yeah, and Piquel had a freezing whip. It's not that exciting as if he had, say, Venom or Lightning. Okay, 2 Orc Wizards. That's scary. This is a perfect situation for our javelins to throw them through. Did I kill one? I did kill one, but yeah, I still want to kill the other one ASAP. Okay, well, I'll take a Dagger of Draining for sure. I will. And that's good enough now that we probably can just drop the Flail of Crushing. Draining's quite good as a brand. It's really good on a fast weapon like a dagger. Because it adds up every time that you swing with it. Okay, maybe arguably being cocky, just fighting these gnolls like this. I could have very easily walked them back and just taken them upstairs one at a time. A potion shop. Ooh. We have 200 gold. So the Potion of Haste is really nice, but it's not really something that we need in the early game, considering we already have one. The thing that I want to insta-slam here is the Potion of Lignification. That gives you a lot of AC and gives you poison resistance. So say you find an early B pack, that's the most scary one. Lignification means you shouldn't die. I'm going to mark the Curing, the other leak, the Agility. Potion of Berserk Rage we don't need so much because we've got it on an amulet that we haven't used. Cancellation, we might use that later too. But yeah, I'm not going to spend this gold. If you see one shop, it's like the altars earlier. You see one shop on a floor, likely you're going to see more. So I want to keep my gold. Do we have ID? No. Okay. That's fine. I could enchant weapon up my Dagger of Draining, but that's not a big priority either. Upstairs, hopefully we don't land right next to Pikel. Fight one of the most fun enemies in the game, the Crimson Imp. He basically, at this point I'm just going to hold tab and then we might starve to death. It's because the Dagger of Draining doesn't hurt him because he's a demon. I'm just going to fire Sling so we can actually kill him and not starve to death trying to fight him. Let's try the upstairs. Okay, that's nowhere near Pikel, but here's Block. He's quite scary. Block can go invis and he can haste himself. He's like a scarier Orc Wizard basically. I'm gonna hope that I can just go downstairs. Yeah, we don't have to fight him. We could paralyze him. He's essentially guarding a teleportation scroll, but we've got 3 of those, so no hurry. Fighting goes to 4. What are we training? We're still just focusing throwing, that's fine. What was our... I didn't set a skill target for armor, but we don't need to go that heavy because we want to be a stealthy guy. So let's take that to 3 so it matches our dodging. And then yeah, at some point we'll remove Curse out of this plate armor and we'll go lighter. More stones, we've got 97 of them. Here's a Sky Beast. This is a perfect enemy to use poison darts against. When it goes invis, you want to kite it because you can't see it. So in this case, we can poison it and then kite it. And then when we see it, we can drain it. Cool. I feel stronger, nice. We've got strength on our random level up. Here's an embroidered cloak. +2, okay. I was going to say, this would be amazing if it's an invis cloak. Because then we could just go invis and stab everything with Diff, but it was not. We have met a centaur at range. And there's no easy corner to run to, so he's just going to keep peppering us from range. I could do a couple of things here. Running there's no point. The centaur is faster than us. If I close to the centaur, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles I have to run. He's going to be shooting us the whole time, and we don't know what's behind him, so that's really dangerous. And trying to run around this corner is not great either because it's not going to block line of sight. He's just going to run us down and keep shooting. So I think the 2 major plays here are either try to out damage him by throwing javelins or try to paralyze him with 10 paralysis charges. I think it's a 50-50 chance. We've got 10 charges. I think I like paralysis. Yep, cool, got him. I'm going to run all the way up to him. I'm going to get trapped between him and a scorpion. Nice. Scorpion does a lot of poison damage. This is bad because I've let the scorpion bring me to the unknown. If I wasn't being greedy, as soon as I saw the scorpion, rather than running to get the centaur, I probably could have run back towards the known, thrown javelins through the scorpion and gotten the centaur. Oh, too late. Scorpions are susceptible to poison, so I want to throw a poison dart at him. Okay, now that we've got that, we'll kite him. He should die pretty quickly to it. Good. We didn't meet any other enemies. That's nice. I just found another remove curse scroll, so I could get out of this cursed plate armor, but I don't know. There's no hurry, right? There's nothing else that we want to get rid of. So we'll hoard it for the moment. Potion of Brilliance. We're starving. Alright. Where are we? Starting D7. Here's our first Orc Priest. Me on D7. That's pretty late. Let me go Sling Bullets. We've got 61 hit points, so I'm not afraid. Oh, here are 2 of them though. I'm a bit more afraid with 2 of them. Wait, we nearly killed one. If I could kill one, oh, I can't let them step to me. We just need to go back up and reset. Yeah, that's too scary. Let's not do that. That was sketchy. Oh, there's another one here. He's got a warrior with him. Yeah, so we don't want to come back down this stair either. Yeah. Cool. Let's find the third downstair. Hopefully this one isn't infested with priests. It's not, but it's got Joseph with a wand of disintegration, and he immediately blows us up. He's a ranged enemy too. Yeah, no, I don't want to fight him. Okay, so all of our downstairs are really scary. I didn't even check if we could have paralyzed him. It probably, so we had a 46% chance on the centaur. I'm pretty sure Joseph has more MR than just a random centaur. So it probably would have been 30 or something like that. Which is real dangerous when he's disintegrating us. I feel like the safer play, if we're going to fight Joseph, is we go back upstairs, we fight Pikel, we get his acid one, and then we can use acid on Joseph if we need to. But that's been 50 minutes, so let's call that an episode. If you join me in the next one, we'll deal with this dilemma. See you then.